like a Hellcat.
So, hello, sir.
Hi.
How did you like a small initiative taken towards startup? And
I think so. It's a brilliant initiative, and it's a great thing you started something like this because this is something which is much required within the local ecosystem in a place like Patiala where you don't see too much happening. But you have a great educational institute, and this is something which I recommend that you should keep carrying on for year on, and make it a bigger and bigger event.
so, sir, what are the pointers you want to give to us so we can make this event a bigger one?
Sure.
Yes,
So,
sir.
in terms of making the event a bigger one, my request is that you're gradually building up. Obviously, you started
Yes,
last
sir.
year and you're doing it this year. So, gradually keep aiming for bigger and better things. So,
Yes,
today
sir.
you've got people like us from the local ecosystem. Tomorrow you can go maybe from outside, get people from Bangalore, get bigger speakers, build more panels, do more number of parallel events, do more focused events. Like right now the topic was simply entrepreneurship.
Yes,
But
sir.
maybe when you do it next year, you could have multiple panels. One talks about the legal aspect of it, one talks about maybe human resource practices, one
sir.
talks about funding. So more focused, and that way, for example, rather than having 7 panelists on one, you restrict the panel to 3 or 4 speakers and actually run multiple panels around it.
So, sir, you must be going to other prestigious colleges. So, do you look for the people? Do you look for the idea so you can invest in it? And what do you look in them?
Also,
Yes,
this is very early stage.
Yes, sir.
At this stage, I'm pretty much looking at the team.
Okay.
This is only team because I had already mentioned that ideas are by the diamond dozen. So at this stage, it is team and their commitment to actually do it.
So I have a question. Like when we go in a startup, when you start go in the startup, investing in ourselves is one thing, but investing in others, youngsters, for their ideas is another thing. That's a huge risk to take. So how do you go about it? How do you take this challenge upon
Also,
yourself?
you're absolutely right, and a very good question. Because at very early stage, let's say you start a startup, you're 19, 20, fresh out of college,
Yes, sir.
and we put in money into the startup. Now you basically, from that point, even if you fail, you have nothing to lose.
Yes, sir.
2 years later,
Definitely,
on your
sir.
resume, you have a very strong activity. I've been part of a startup, I've done this, and you can go and get a job.
Definitely.
But as an investor, we've lost our money.
Yes,
So
sir.
yes, it is of paramount importance that you look at number of factors, your commitment to the idea. So people were asking, you took Shantanu's example, right? He left
Yes,
his
sir.
job in McKinsey. So this is one big question also. A lot of times maybe you've got a great job on campus. You're very committed about our idea.
Yes,
So
sir.
before you even approach a funder, you're going to talk it with your family. Now when you convince your family that I'm not going to take this high paying job, but I'm going to do this, that is your first battle. So this is
Exactly,
again boils down to a person and the conviction of the person. So again, person, yes, and how much are they kind of putting into the game?
Yes, sir. Yeah. And sir, as I have done your background checkup. You have gone to startups in a very early age. So, what motivated you, or rather, who motivated you to go into startups so you could pursue this and reach these heights in your career?
So the initial parts was I run a services business, so this is something which I really like. So that focus at that point was more to try and develop our own product, and I got into somebody, we started working with somebody. I remember the client was actually a French person and living in Spain, and he came to Chandigarh to meet us and meet the team. And then he started, he came up with this idea, why don't we sell what you see today, I think so, is Lens card.
Yes, sir.
So we were doing that in 2008, and we raised money also very quickly. We raised 500,000 euros, around 3
that's
crores.
nice, yeah.
And but 2008 was the beginning of the economic downturn also. So pretty much after some time the business went away. But failure is a very integral part of startup.
Exactly, sir.
And a lot of us actually don't talk about failure. And if you look at an average successful American entrepreneur, they're probably 37 years of age. They've been through 4 failures in life,
Yes,
in
sir.
their startup venture. So it is very normal. I still find it very fascinating. I enjoy working with younger people, and some of the startups guys are elder than me also.
Yes,
so I'm
sir.
40, they're 45, 46. But the energy that people bring to a startup is very infectious.
Exactly, sir. So, sir, in the end, what message do you want to give us people, we youngsters, to who want to go into these startups in?
Don't go. My message is caution then. Don't go into startup simply because startup is a fancy buzzword everybody is talking about, and you hear about Sachin Bansal from Flipkart and Kunal Behal from Snapdeal.
Yes, sir.
Somebody very rightly said in the forum also in the panel discussion today, this is, I guess Jyoti said it, you see everything afterwards. You do not see the blood, sweat and tears that go
Yes,
into
sir.
Go into doing a startup for the correct reasons. Why do people start a startup is because they're trying to solve a problem and they very passionately believe they can solve this problem correctly.
Yes, sir.
If you're not driven, it is more than okay to go back and live a normal life and do your job. I mean, this is not meant for everybody.
Yes,
also.
sir.
So my advice is caution. Do it for the right reasons. Don't do it just because everybody else is doing it.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.